Joe Biden, it turns out, has prostate cancer and a very aggressive form of prostate cancer that has evidently spread through his bones. Now, this was all announced with suspicious conveniency just yesterday. And it was announced at a time when Joe Biden was being blasted, really from all quarters, blasted by Republicans and conservatives and MAGA people, no surprise, but equally blasted by Democrats, and particularly Democrats in the media. Why? Because it looks like they were trying to offload the responsibility for Biden's condition on Biden himself and on the Democratic Party. So the line of Jake Tapper, the line of the media was pretty straightforward, and that is that we were deceived. The Democratic Party lied to us. Joe Biden was not candid about his condition. It wasn't until that debate where he stumbled and mumbled and dragged his words and didn't seem to know where he was or what he was saying. That's when we figured it out. But before that, we, the media, were in the dark. So Biden was getting battered as being the millstone who dragged the Democratic Party down to defeat in 2024. He hung in there. He tried to be the nominee. He then had to be sort of jettisoned at the last minute. This didn't give Kamala Harris much of a chance. So this narrative was cooking. And then suddenly, boom, Joe Biden has cancer. And it looks like this was some sort of diagnosis that just came out. And yet, it has now become clear from multiple sources, including eminent doctors, and in fact, a newly reliable source, which is Grok or AI. And it's become eminently clear that there is no way for Joe Biden to have this advanced, metastasized cancer without him having had it for quite a while. And we're not talking about days, we're talking about years. Here is a prominent physician, Dr. Zeke Emanuel. He's on with Morning Joe, and I'm now quoting him. He did not develop it in the last 100, 200 days. He had it while he was president. He probably had it at the start of his presidency in 2021. I don't think there's any disagreement about that. So what Dr. Emanuel is saying is that all doctors agree that this is not something that could have been like just found out right now. This is something that is in fact an easy cancer to diagnose. Remember that Joe Biden has, as president, constant top-level medical supervision. He's constantly taking tests. They're checking him out. The White House doctor is certifying time and time again. And in fact, this is the White House physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, saying pretty late into Biden's presidency, he is, quote, completely fit for the presidency. No issues, nothing to see. So is it really possible that this guy O'Connor is such an incompetent buffoon that he has no idea that Joe Biden has an aggressive cancer spreading through his bones? It seems much more likely that he did know. The White House knew. Joe Biden knew. Jill Biden knew. Everybody on the inside knew, and nobody on the outside was told about it. So the media just took it at faith. Oh, he's doing fine. See, we told you. Biden's doing great. He seems incoherent. Here's Jake Tapper. You know what? I think it's got to be his stutter. He's had a stutter for a long time. That's the only thing that's wrong here is Joe Biden has a congenital stutter. Stop making fun of his stutter. So the point I want to get at here is that instead of this new revelation, the news here is not that Joe Biden has cancer. The guy has had cancer for a long time. He's had cancer probably throughout his entire presidency. The news is that they chose now to disclose it. In other words, this is a strategically timed announcement. And as a strategically timed announcement, it reveals the lie that preceded it, the lie that said, in effect, that Joe Biden is in perfectly good health. Aren't the American people entitled to know if the president, the elected president, or the seemingly elected president is riddled with a rapidly aggressive form of spreading cancer? Of course we are. Were we told about this? No. So all of this means that the lies around Biden have only deepened. Most of us think Medicare is something to deal with someday. That's how I felt until recently. I'm 64 now, and the moment you hit that number, it begins the mailers, the robocalls, the TV ads with actors you can barely remember, and none of it makes any sense. The more I looked into it, the clearer it became. This system is not designed to be easy. Now, this is why I turned to Chapter. They walked me through everything, no pressure, no sales pitch. Chapter is independent. Their advisors compare every Medicare option out there to help you save money and remove the stress, all at no cost to you. So if you're turning 65, or even if you're over 65, do what I did. Call Chapter, get peace of mind. Dial pound 250, and when you're prompted, say Dinesh. That's the pound sign, and then 250, and then say Dinesh. Don't let Washington or big insurance make this decision for you. Take control. Call Chapter today. Go to pound 250, and when prompted, say Dinesh.